Hey friends, it's cooking time. Taco Tuesday's coming up, and then if, in that case, Cinco de Mayo's coming up too. I love to have pickled carrots and pickled jalapenos with my tacos, or in Mexican food, or even with a turkey sandwich. Really, they're good. And we used to go to this restaurant that would always serve them, and we could never figure out how they made them. They were so freaking good. So I played around, and it's really, this is not rocket science, but if you're home and you're bored and you want to do something on your own and have your own stuff, the canned carrots and jalapenos, they're okay, they're all right, but these are a lot better, and you can make them yourself, and you know what's in them. It's pretty good. So I have some. How's that? A ton of carrots, and they're all cut about the same size. Doesn't matter how you do it, however you want to eat them. These are just matchsticks. No, they're bigger than matchsticks. What's that? Carrot sticks. Imagine that. And then I took the seeds out of the jalapenos, most of them. I left a couple in there because I like it hot, but I don't want to kill myself. So that's it. The carrots are going to go in the pot, and then I'm going to cover it with this is 4 cups of white vinegar. And it's going to depend on how many carrots you make, how many jalapenos you want. But for this recipe, this is going to work just fine. And then I have a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of sugar, and a teaspoon of oregano. That's it. I'm going to bring the carrots to a boil, and I'll be back. Okay, the carrots they brought to a boil. I brought them to a boil, and now I reduced it to a simmer. So they've been simmering now for about 3 minutes. I'm going to try and do a total of 5 minutes because they're not too big. I don't want them to overcook and get slimy and gross. So now I'm going to add the jalapenos because they cook a lot faster than the carrots. So for the next 2 minutes, I'm going to let the jalapenos and the carrots mix together and simmer. Adding the jalapenos will bring the vinegar down away from a simmer or a boil to just hanging out, and then it'll probably just, once it comes back up to a simmer, that probably will have been about 2 minutes, and that's going to take all the time. I mean, that's fine. That's going to be all you need to cook them. Anyway, so that's what I do. I forgot to say earlier that when I added the carrots to the vinegar, I also added the salt and sugar and oregano. So it's all been mixing away. We're at about 4 minutes right now. And as soon as they're done cooking, I'm going to turn off the heat and just let them sit. So they're going to continue to cook. So just on the high heat, it's, again, the total of 5 minutes for the carrots and about 2 minutes for the jalapenos. And then, when they're done there, once they've cooled off enough, I have the biggest container I've got, which isn't that big. And I'm going to put them in there and put them in the refrigerator until tomorrow. And then I made a pretty big batch. So I have some neighbors I'll give them to, and then I don't think I'll eat this many in a week. But I think they're good for about a week or two. That's about good. And then, let's see, what else? Oh, I had something really important to say, but I'm sure I'll figure it out later. They're not, that's what it was. They're not canned, they're not preserved, so don't leave them at room temperature. Put them in the refrigerator and eat them within about a week or two. These won't last 2 weeks though. So anyway, I guess that's it. Happy cooking, you guys. Pickled jalapenos and carrots. Man, it's good.